It's great to get outside after a long, cold winter. The air is fresh, the sun is out, well, for the most part. It's truly beautiful. Spring is one of my favourite times of the year. The birds chirping, the freshness in the air, blossoms and flowers coming into full bloom. And of course, long walks, just taking in the sights and sounds of nature. Growing up, one of my favourite things to see, along with the bursts of colours of flowers and trees and bushes, were the lambs in the fields. It is a time of renewal and rebirth, and nature awakening. New life is abundant. Drawing plants and flowers nurtures our observational skills. It trains our eyes to see beyond the surface, to notice the subtle nuances, shape and form, light and shadow. And it is great practice for capturing a subject. It encourages us to slow down, appreciate the small wonders around us, and find inspiration in the world's most small, delicate creations. The daffodil is a sure sign of spring, one of the first flowers to emerge. It greets us with its beautiful bright yellow colour. It reminds me of my childhood once again, and of the nursery rhyme that goes, "Daffy down dilly has now come to town with a yellow petticoat and a green gown." Funny the things you remember. Dicentra is often known by its common name, bleeding heart, because of its tiny heart-shaped flowers. This elegant plant, with its long stem and multiple drooping blossoms, is an absolute joy to see in the spring. Trying to capture its graceful curves and small details is a beautiful challenge. The magnolia is a gorgeous, stunning tree, especially when it is in bloom. It's just laden with blossoms. It is native to the southern states of America. It has a very long history, and fossils of the magnolia have been dated back to over 10 million years, even before there were bees. And if it existed before bees, I hear you ask, how was it pollinated? Well, apparently beetles did the job. Now on to Lamium. Its common name is dead nettle. The reason for this being that it looks very much like stinging nettles, only without the hairs that give you that nasty sting. I'm using outlines and building up the image slowly and methodically. Once satisfied, I can start emphasizing the lines and adding details. A simple oval and long, elegant lines for the leaves does the trick for drawing a tulip. Simply draw the shape, then add details, and then go on to more complex ones. The Scilla or Siberian quill are small, tiny bluish purple flowers that look like a cross between a bluebell and a crocus. They are one of the first to appear in the spring in my garden. They are rather pretty, but I find them quite invasive because they compete with the roots of other flowers. Dandelions, dandelions. They sprout everywhere in the spring, and they are certainly the first signs to greet us when the weather gets better. There are, according to some estimates, over 200 species of dandelions. They are often seen as weeds. However, they bring nutrients up from below the ground, which benefits all the other plants. They are also edible and nutritious, and a great addition to a salad. The dandelion root itself makes a delicious, refreshing tea. Dandelions are definitely a challenge to draw due to the multiple petals on the flower. Here again, we simply make lines that indicate the petals. Next, the periwinkle. The periwinkle is a beautiful blue 5-petaled flower that often acts as a ground cover. The one I found in my garden perhaps migrated from my neighbour, or the seeds were dropped by birds. Either way, it is a beautiful addition. Beautiful apple blossoms are everywhere in the springtime, and they are a welcome sight. The blossoms themselves can be eaten. They are high in antioxidants and are often used for garnishing and for decorating desserts. To draw the blossoms, I took them to their simplest shape. I drew overlapping circles and then drew the details. Honesty is another flower that reminds me of my childhood. I was surprised to see this spring the tall, slender plant of the honesty flower. The plant itself I mistook for Dame's Rocket, which is a weed. It is called the silver dollar plant because its flat, shiny seed pods look like silver coins. The seeds themselves are used as a substitute for mustard. It has been found that honesty also has a very special medicinal property which can be used for multiple sclerosis. This honesty plant is the one I enjoyed drawing the most, starting with the simple forms, the circles, the ovals and the lines, observing the patterns and rhythms of how the leaves overlap and how the flowers clustered together at the top of the plant, deciding where things go and drawing in the details. It is an exercise in observation and patience. Drawing sometimes presents challenges, but through it, you learn the importance of observation and attention to detail. You also learn to embrace the mistakes and view them as a stepping stone towards improvement. Drawing flowers requires a keen eye and much patience. As we practice, we gain personal growth. Doing art nurtures our creativity, cultivates essential skills, and inspires a bloom of endless possibilities. Here's to your creative endeavours. Much love. Peace. Remember to like and subscribe and give encouragement to creators.